All right, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV or a new part to this whole Klansman gang series trial testimony. This particular video here is number 7. So if you're just finding out, you have 6 videos to catch up to this one. All the videos are labeled by the number in the title of the video, so it shouldn't be hard for you to follow. All right, this testimony is coming from witness number 2. And in continuing his extensive detailing of the modus operandum, or the way that the Klansman gang was ran, this gangster, ex-gangster, testified on Friday that 2 other alleged members of the suspected criminal organizations were paid $8,000 collectively to kill a deportee in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Now, there's a lot that goes into this argument right here. For one, when people overseas are telling these foreign governments that, listen, if you send me back to Jamaica, I'm going to get killed. I come from a volatile area, you know. If you guys are to believe what the witness testified in part number 6, this is 7. If you are to believe what he testified in number 6, that they were all forced to join the gang, and if they didn't, then Blackman would kill them, then you have to believe also these deportees who are being sent back to these volatile communities in Jamaica, when they're saying to the government of these other countries, if you send me back, they're going to kill me. Some people got away because they were told to join the gang against their will. They hurry up and got the hell up out of Dodge, and they ended up in foreign countries illegally. And because they feared for their lives, they didn't want to go back. So they ran until they got caught. And then now they overstayed their welcome and they're being deported, right? So it could very well be one of those cases. According to this particular case, the witness said, among other things, that he don't remember much explanation. Matter of fact, the leader, allegedly, Andre Blackman, told him he's not giving him no explanation. Just do it. See? So he said, all I could remember is one time me pick him up and carry him, the deportee, go downtown, go buy a pair of shoes, because they left him, they deported him, and him never have no shoes. So I don't know if he got deported, because America don't deport people barefooted. If it's even one of them cheap $5 crepe that you're going to wear when you're coming through the deportation process. See? So I don't know if they deported him and somebody roughed him up and took away his pair of shoes he had on by the time he got to Jamaica and all this other stuff. But he had no shoes according to them, and they took him to go get some shoes. Well, you know, this gang thing is like prison thing, you know. And I do the videos where we talk about the deportation and people that are vulnerable, because among other people that are standing out there at the airport when people like the UK announce another plane is coming in with 70 people. Another plane will be landing on Wednesday the 15th with 30 people. Among the other people that are out there, family members out there to get their family member that is being deported, you also have gangsters that are out there that are looking to recruit young, able-bodied, fit men who might have nowhere to go and are in a vulnerable situation. So it's like, come here, man, I could give you a place to stay and everything. I want you don't have no clothes. All right, then I could go shop and get you some clothes and everything. But the next time they have a killing to do or anything like that, this is the same person they give the gun to. And it's like a trade for a trade. You know, in prison, if you get into your cell in prison and you see shoes, clothes, candy, food put down on your bunk, you don't touch it. You just find the person who put that on your bunk and you take off on him, rock his jaw, beat his face in. Because if you take it, you already know what that is. That's actually a claim to the person that you mine. I'm going to take care of you, but you're going to take care of me too. You understand? So I don't know if it's one of them situations there, but according to this testimony, this is what it looks like. It's a twisted world that not many of us have access to or even understand how it works. The witness, who is referred to as witness number 2, also stated that he himself purchased 2 stolen cars to transport hitmen to kill another man outside a supermarket in Spanish Town. Both killings were allegedly ordered by none other than Andre Blackman Bryan, according to this witness, a reputed main figure in the Klansman gang who is alleged leader of the One Don gang, which is a faction of the Klansman gang. As you already know, Klansman gang split up according to information that's been put out there. I'm not acting like I'm no insider and I know these people business. I don't. My duty is to keep you up to date with what is being said in court, and that is all I am doing. Okay? Don't mix me. So, Brian and 32 others right now, himself making 33, including a woman, they're being tried in a home circuit court under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organization Act 2014, better known as the Anti-Gang Legislation Act, on an indictment which has about 25 counts for allegedly being part of a criminal organization in a judge-alone trial. That answers my question. Two things. One, I've heard it was 22 counts. Now they're saying it's 25 counts. I guess the counts keep growing. Another one, I heard it could be jury, it could be judge. It is completely spelled out right here. Shout out to Jamaica.loopnews.com. Go support Jamaica.loopnews.com. Big up to them because I do take stories from there also and other places. So it is a judge alone trial. No jury. Rotted. Some people are going to say, well, you know, one judge easier to pay off SouFLo than to pay off a whole jury. One judge easier for bribe. Others are going to say, no, sir. Because if that one person says no or yes, there's nobody else to back it up and say, I don't believe so. Let's argue it out. So your fate is in the hands of one man is what they're dealing with right here. Now, at the end of Thursday's proceedings, the witness had detailed the murder of Rasta. Rasta is the deportee. I went looking around for Rasta. I couldn't find Rasta picture. I searched for murders committed between this time and that time period in a specific location in Jamaica. Me just get a whole heap of murder scene, you know, like yellow tape rollout, police out in the streets and forensics people out there. But I did not get a picture of the person, the individual, which is very weird because usually they would have a picture of such person, right? So he testified about the details of the murder of Rasta, which was a deportee, and Rasta was deported from the US. Not England, not Canada, he was deported from the US. And he was killed on Jones Avenue in Spanish Town on January 14th of 2018. Any of my subscribers, listeners, viewers have a picture of Rasta, link me, SouFLoTV at gmail.com, and send a picture there of Rasta. Come give me, please, let me see it. Now, despite knowing Rasta, he said, for some months, the witness said that he, the witness, played a role in Rasta's murder. Remember me tell you, witness number 1 and witness number 2 are telling everything. Them said they have 44 witnesses and they're going to go through all of them before this trial is over. All I'm hearing from so far is witness number 1 and witness number 2. So obviously this trial is going to be the longest trial in Jamaica's history. Now with that said, seeing the man implicate himself. I was there. I purchased cars to take hitmen to go do murders. This particular murder though was done with a rental car, he said. They rented a car to use for this killing. He said, I'd known Rasta for a couple of months, and the role that I played in relation to his murder by the 2 gangsters who pulled the trigger, I was the getaway driver. Damn. Damn. A rented car, he said, is what they used for that particular killing. On Friday, the male witness told the court that after that killing, Brian allegedly instructed him to give the 2 gunmen, the 2 hitmen, the 2 men that just killed Rasta, give them $8,000 apiece for share. Give them $8,000 to share between them. People, listen to me. When them people here say me charge, you know where me charge come from? Me charge is when time you and somebody get charged for the same crime and you're going through the system together. So you say me charge. That's where it comes from, just like how sagging the pants comes from prison as well. So in this right here, when he said during the testimony, the witness who claimed to be Brian's personal driver revealed all this other stuff, and Brian instructed him to give them $8,000. I thought to myself, $8,000 a piece. One publication says a piece. A next publication says Brian said to give them $8,000 to share between both of them to purchase food and weed. So when you hear a youth say, come we go eat a food now. Now for some of us who are progressive, productive and law-abiding tax-paying citizens, eat a food mean do a work and get paid for it. Eat a food in this case here literally means eat a food. Man probably hungry and don't have nothing to eat. And forget your food for the day, you have to kill for it. And gang leader say go kill. And man kill. And get paid $8,000 to share between him and him brethren. I'll do the maths for you. It's about $51.14 in US dollars or 41 cents, somewhere around there. So it's no more than $52. So how 52 US figure share for me and the next man, two grown man, that can't feed me. And on top of that, me rotted. That's how life cheap. That's how life cheap. You really have somebody that would go commit murder for 50 US? Okay, so he said that that sum was to be taken out of the extortion money that was collected by him, who had previously described himself as also the gang's banker. He's the driver, Blackman's personal driver. He's been on missions where he was the getaway driver. Blackman wasn't in the car, he just sent shooters with him. And he also handled their monies. Now during his testimony, the witness who claimed to be Brian's personal driver revealed that he brought 2 stolen cars from a man in Lauriston, St. Catherine also. The stolen cars, a Nissan AD wagon and a Nissan Tida, and they were said to have cost a total of $100,000 for both cars together. That's what them sell the car for after they stole it. So if $8,000 is about $51, $100,000 is how much? You do the maths. The witness said that the cars were kept by a man called Ray Tay, who he would contact when the hitmen needed the vehicle. Ray Tay was the one that maintained the vehicle, keep it, hide it. See? And when the man them ready figure Masha works, them link Ray Tay, come through with the vehicle, we're ready for it. The male witness who was testifying via a video link because he's in some undisclosed location. I know a lot of people are saying, boy, these 2 witnesses must not have any family in Jamaica or they must get fly out already. Well, they're testifying via video link. So obviously, they're not in the place. Said that he was ordered by Brian to use one of the stolen cars to pick up men known as Lloyd Banks and Satan and Cartel in an area of Spanish Town called Top Ranks in 2017. Let me say that again. The male witness who was testifying video link said that he was ordered by Brian to pick up the stolen cars, to pick up men known as Lloyd Banks, Satan, and Cartel in an area in Spanish Town called Top Banks in 2017. Alright, Vybz Cartel has been in prison for a decade now. So obviously we're not talking about Vybz Cartel. But it was somebody here he was supposed to pick up named Cartel. Again, I went and looked up all the pictures of all these people. And I'm able to find some pictures of some people, but not able to find pictures of the others. I'm willing to bet though that they're among the others that are making up the 33 that is being tried right now. The men were to kill a man at the supermarket, also in Spanish Town, on the borders of Bryan, on the orders of Bryan, on the orders of Bryan. According to the witness, the planning for that particular hit began when Bryan called him and said, "We're going to mash up the youth there. A super plus," is what he called him and told him. "We're going to mash up the youth there, super plus. Forward." The witness said that he drove to the supermarket with the three men, and then he waited until the man who was outside the supermarket selling stuff was killed. The man known as Satan was the shooter in that one, was the alleged shooter of the intended target. So Satan are the one who mashed the works there. Asked by a prosecutor, can you imagine? You're there, your yard chilling and you're here, we're going to mash up a boy over so forward, and you don't have a damn choice, you have to go. Well, that's the game, and that's how it goes. That's how you know it's a gangster something and a play something. So may I encourage the youth them to please listen to these details, and if anything you take away from it, just take away from it. Am I ready for this type of a life? You call yourself hot stepper? Are you really a hot stepper like that? You see the life. You see the results. You see the outcome and the consequences. Why would a man choose this for himself? Now, asked by a prosecutor why Bryan would have wanted that particular man dead, the witness says, "We don't normally get a reason why, sir. We just get called forward to do the work." Of note, it was the fourth murder which the witness had said that Bryan had ordered, which he himself played a part in. Meanwhile, the witness provided preliminary details about the sole female that was accused, who he identified as Stephanie. The woman's real name is Stephanie Christie, and she is a pastor from St. Thomas. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. People don't hear me? Miss The woman's real name, he said, is Stephanie Christie, and she is a pastor from St. Thomas. Watch out, no man. All pastor want bad man, gunman. Gunman in she hole, she like that. Hallelujah. No, SouFLo do already. It's all humor. We laugh about serious things still. Cause what else we are going to cry? On Monday, prosecutors claimed that she was the liaison officer between incarcerated members of the Klansman gang and those on the outside. Remember, I know she's a pastor. During his testimony on Friday at the trial being presided over by Chief Justice Brian Sykes, the witness said that one night he recalled that Stephanie drove Blackman and another gangster who he identified as Crooks to his house. Come on me yard. The plan that night was to kill a man called Ice. Ice, remember Ice, the gully creeper dancer? Ice, who live in Linstead, but is not that same Ice. But who is Ice though? He was one of Bryan's rivals, and he was a top man for another alleged gang, the witness testified. So this man just drive around and knock off people. A prosecutor asked the witness how he knew Stephanie, and he responded by indicating that she had visited his house several times before to engage in discussions with Bryan's, to chill out, to sleep over, purchase food for the gangster, and all these things. Give him a massage, go to bed, all them things, a sleep over. The trial is to continue next week with further testimony from the witness. I must say, Pastor seems like a pretty good disguise if you're going to go into that world. Not true? Now, at the start of the proceedings on Monday, Bryan and his co-accused all pleaded not guilty to the charges against them, paving the way for the trial to begin. The men and the women have been charged again with multiple offenses, including being part of a criminal organization, illegal possession of firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, facilitating conspiracy to murder, and facilitating arson. I don't see murder in there yet as a charge. However, we know that obviously is coming. The offenses allegedly occurred between January 1st of 2015 and June 30th of 2019 in St. Catherine, and the proceedings are being heard in 2 courtrooms with approximately 40 attorneys and 43 witnesses being involved in this matter, which is likely to span at least several weeks, possibly months. With that said, I leave this right there, and I'll catch you on the next video. This is video number 7 of the courtroom testimony. Stay tuned. 8 coming right up. I'm out. Peace.